we are?
Oh,
What are we doing, Toni?
announcements.
All right. Welcome back, Bulldogs. It is the week of February the 25th. My name is Ted Hingstrom, back at it again with your TV Judge announcements. I completely forgot Toni.
I'm a co-host today. I'm Toni Bolo.
We're on it today. First up, how often does your team win the big game? I know boys soccer has done it a couple of times. Football did it once. Girls basketball will probably do it in a week or two. But right here, right now, nobody can deny the explosiveness of the Bulldogs swim team. And the fact of the matter is that they just won the state championship back to back. Penelope Doughton, Olivia Cowan, Brennan Riyad, and Cameron McCall commanded the Dogs throughout the season and ultimately did a good enough job to destroy everyone in the finals.
Up next, we have course requests. Coming up on the 23rd, Skyward will be opening up student course requests. Remember to check Skyward and talk to counselors if you have any questions.
Next up, on February the 24th and through the 25th, the junior retreat will be taking place. Don't forget to sign up to go with Miss Pop.
Next up, on February 26th, the Poetry Out Loud semifinals will be taking place. Listen to the announcements for more information, but we think this one will be virtual. Go Bulldogs!
What's that? There's a fair? About cultures? Yep, that's right. Culture Week is coming up from February the 28th through March the 3rd. You can sign up to represent who you are through music, food, and other pieces of your culture through a Google form sent out by Miss Landau.
Finally, we here at TV Judge would like to thank all of our viewers for returning each and every time we upload to watch the latest episodes of TV Judge. This has honestly been a wild ride, and we can't wait for the next 2 years of our show's run.
And that's all for this week, Bulldogs. The Bulldog News team will be back, as always, in 2 weeks to bring you your up-to-date announcements.
You can check Bulldogs and have a great rest of your day.
You skipped a lot.
You can check our YouTube page and for past episodes as well to stay up to date. Stay cool, Bulldogs, and have a great rest of your week.
Awesome.
My name is Louise Hendrickson, and I'm the Vice Principal at Judge Memorial. The Blue Ribbon School Award is a very prestigious award that you must apply for and have certain areas of academic success and student supports. It's a high honor, and each year you have to go through an enormous process to apply for this award, and then you wait to hear that you actually receive the award. It is very special because it is not easy to obtain this award. We worked for many months on compiling data and writing reports of what we do at Judge for student achievement, for student supports, and everything that we did in relationship to COVID as well to continue our academic success. So I think to get it is not an easy task. I must say that Judge received it for the 4th time in its history. We're the only school in Utah to have done that. We were with 325 other schools, but that's across the nation, so that's quite an honor. That was amazing. I went with myself, Mr. Lambert, Mrs. Lolini from Advancement, and Mr. Long, the superintendent of the diocese. So we all went, got on the plane and went there, and they had a huge resort center called the Gaylord Resort Center where all the schools went. So when you arrive, you got to go to different sessions that were offered to the different administrators to talk about private school things, issues that you've been dealing with on COVID, different panels where you could share ideas with different administrators. And then that happened for a few days. And then the final day is when you go to the award ceremony, which was quite lengthy, but you sat in a great big room where they announced every school to go up and receive the award.
How did it feel walking on the stage?
Exciting. I'm sure everyone noticed how we didn't know what to do about the dance because it's hard. The teachers and superintendents and administrators of elementary students had an easier time because we wondered what would the kids think, but it was very fun. It was a long process because U is towards the end of the alphabet, so we had a lengthy time to sit there, but it was well worth it. We're a fantastic school of high academic success, which I think also roots from our community, our hardworking teachers, our excellent teachers, our strong administration, and it just highlighted what we've been doing. And so I think that honor just makes us reminds us of how good we really are, and it makes us stand proud.
Thank you.
PBS Utah presents the Governor's Monthly News Conference, an exchange between Utah reporters and Governor Spencer Cox.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be with you again. It's great to see all of you.
I would like to introduce Corinne. She's a student at Judge Memorial High. She's part of our PBS NewsHour student reporting labs. So Corinne, go ahead with your question.
Thank you. So pardon me if you've already mentioned this, but you said that $40 million is going towards increasing flow into the Great Salt Lake. We've not necessarily had an amazing year regarding snowpack, and ultimately that feeds a lot of the Great Salt Lake. So there's not necessarily going to be extra water. So you may have to buy other people's water claims. If they're not willing to sell their claims, where is the extra flow going to come from? And at some point, will the state need to reconsider some of the established water claims on the Bear and Jordan River, and or stop any future claims on water rights to protect the state's claims?
Thanks, Corinne. That is a very good question. So yes, we do know that there are people out there that are willing to sell their water rights. We've had some of those conversations. They're ongoing, but we feel very confident that there will be a very large amount of water claims that will be sold, or and many of them at reduced prices. Some of them will even be donated to allow this to happen. We've talked to some very big users, and they're interested in this as well. That's one of the reasons that this bill is moving forward. So I'm not worried about that piece of it. Certainly, when it comes to drought and where we're going, we have to keep looking at this. I do not foresee a day where we will take people's water rights away from them. That's not how we do things in the state of Utah. That's never where we're going. But we certainly need to look at what is going to happen additionally on those rivers and tributaries. What does that look like as we continue to grow? And part of that is this conservation piece as well, right? If we can reduce per capita water use and do that in homes. If we can do that with agriculture, we have another bill out there that will help significantly reduce the amount of water that agriculture is using and still get the same yields. Then we can have more growth in those areas. But if we can't, then the future of that growth and new claims moving forward will certainly have to be examined.
Do you think the legislator will be willing to put restrictions on the amount of water per household? Do you think they'll be open to that idea?
So what we're seeing now, and what some of these bills that we're running now, first of all, is to have the state use less water. So we're one of the big water users, and so we'll have reductions placed on us on how we use water and have to be more efficient. So that's the first. That one's definitely going to happen. We're also going to stop park strips and unnecessary water usage. Allow more of that to happen in municipalities. There are some places now where it's required you can only have grass. You can't even do a water-wise landscape if you want to. So we're trying to remove some of those things and then see how far that takes us. One of the things I'm really proud of is that when we asked Utahns to use less, they did. We saved billions and billions of gallons of water last year. And so I believe that this is a first step. The secondary water metering is another one that's really important. Getting those water meters on those connections has, on average, about a 20% reduction just by metering it, not even charging more, just so people can see how much they're using. That has a significant decrease in water usage. So what we'll do, and what we do every year, is we will look at where we are, we'll look at what happened, how successful these were, and then if we have to take another step, we will. And usually we do that. We try to do that in a positive way, right? By rewarding people for using less instead of punishing people for using less. But certainly we have to look at the true cost of water. That's also another if we're subsidizing water usage, then we're incentivizing the wrong thing, right? So that's another thing that is certainly on the table. Some municipalities are looking at this already, the true cost of water and the true cost of growth. We do have every year, almost every year, especially in dry years, we do have some municipalities who don't issue building permits because they don't have enough water. And so those are done on an individual basis, and but we give them the data and help them through those decisions. And so all of those things will occur. Hopefully, you're right, we haven't had a great water year. December was awesome. January was terrible. February has not been great. We are seeing a little bit of a change. We were able to get some yesterday. But if we have anything less than an average year, we will be in as dire a position as we were last year.